Happy Wednesday morning. My name is Luke and this is Life Through Pushing Through Roadblocks, episode 8. Last couple weeks I've talked about kind of the process of me going through the rounds. The next couple ones, or this one, I'm going to talk a little bit about the back end of it. When you go into an oncologist, young, having everything going for you, playing college football, doing all these things, and all of a sudden they say you have stage 4 non-Hopkins lymphoma and we're going to start tomorrow. It changes your whole life. It changed your whole mentality. It changes every single thing. But the one thing that didn't change was I knew I was going to make it through. And it just mattered how hard my body and I had to fight. But I knew I was going to make it through. That was kind of the one thing that helped me out through this whole process, was because I had that mentality. And I made sure that I instilled that into my parents and my sister. That I was going to make it through this. And they saw so many things in the back end that I didn't really see because I was going through it and I already knew I was going to make it through it. But on their end, they saw their son, their brother, going through things that nobody should have to go through, and sit there going, we don't know if he's going to be there in the morning. We don't know how he's feeling truly, because the thing is that he communicates, but he doesn't. Because in his mind, and my mind, I'm sitting there going, I'm going to make it. But there's some tough times. There is definitely some ups and downs as you go through this. And, as reading through my mom's notebook, I can honestly tell you, my attitude wasn't the greatest all the time. Because the thing is that, you have these chemicals that are running through your body and just eating you up inside. And you're sitting there going, you know what, I got to wake up for tomorrow. I got to get up for tomorrow. I got to get out of bed, walk around the block, walk around the hospital, because that's the only way that I'm going to make it. And the thing is, yes, I might have been a little bit moody at times, but you know what? That's what family is there to help you through these things, and they really did. They were there playing pinochle with me every single night. They were there helping me out, get up out of bed. And the thing is that also the community, when I was going through a lot of this type of stuff, they helped us out with meals. My dad is full-time real estate agent. My mom's an oncologist nurse, which really, and I'll talk about that next week a little bit more, what's really helped out. But the thing is that they're both doing full-time jobs, and they had their son going through this. Now, try to imagine the stress and the things that you've gone through in life, and you sit there and go have your son, have your child go through something like this. And then you sit there and go, how do you have your job? How do you go to your job every single day and have the mental status to do these things? Well, the community helped us out a lot, and there was a benefit later on that I will definitely get into detail, because that was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been part of. But then the community helped us with food. They helped us with all these little things, so they got his dinners done right. They did these little things to make sure that my mom didn't have to go home, or my dad didn't have to go home and cook dinner. Bring the hot meal up to us at the hospital bed, because that's the only place that they can find. Because that's the only place that I'm at. 3/4 of the time I was at the hospital, sitting there in bed, and they brought everything to me. It sounds great if you were healthy, when you're sitting up in a hotel room and you get room service, it's great. But when you're in a hospital bed, sitting there, hearing this little thing go ding, jing, 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 driving you absolutely up the walls. Doesn't matter how loud you turn the TV on, but it just drives you up the walls. All you hear is ching, 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 and it's just crazy. But the thing is that having the family and have my sister come back, and she was in Bozeman, come back and be supportive throughout this whole time. I can't say enough about my family. So I just want to at least throw that bit of piece in here. I know it's kind of getting off a little bit from what we had the schedule of going into round 3 and 4. But I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit more of the back end. And so next week we're going to talk a little bit more about things. But I just wanted to kind of give you a thank to my parents and to my sister, and then also the community. The nurses were there all the time, and like I always say, is they were my moms. I had a lot of moms up there, and I'm always thankful for those other moms that I had. So I'll see you next week. Thanks.